have things to do and some sleep to get and work to do. And with that being said, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a belated episode of the Deadhead Podcast, episode 44. We want to apologize for this delay. We've just had a lot going on. Jan, I ball back and forth. I'm back and forth. Our guest, he was busy as well. So we just been very wrapped up in our own life. So we apologize for that. But we're happy to be here. It's a short show today, but you know what? That's fine. Sometimes, I've noticed our shorter shows are our best shows because we keep things concise and quick and to the point, just like Jan's sex life. So anyway, with that being said,
I'm not even comment to that. I was not even ready for that, dude. It's way
no, that just
like
came
on a
off the
Monday. On a Monday,
dude. That was mean. I apologize, Jan. How's it going, man?
well, it's still going. For a Monday, it's pretty good. I went to the tattoo parlor today. With a friend. I'm actually getting a new tattoo. Pretty exciting.
Oh, cool.
Getting one together. It's kind of a bestie thing. Pretty cute. And we have
Really?
we have our date. Yeah, we have an appointment. It's 12th of April. So yeah. Oh, and dude, the tattoo artist, super hot.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
even better, even better. That's
even
cool.
better, right?
What
I'm sure
I
she's
mean,
good.
do you mind
What?
disclosing what are you gonna get? I mean, what are you getting?
Yeah, no. So I mean, I really like getting floral themes, right? When I get my tattoos, it's kind of a thing I do. So with this one, so my friend really wanted to get like a moon and then a moonflower around it. So I am gonna get like a sun and what do you call it in English? A sunflower? Yeah, a sunflower around it. So and it looks pretty cool. I like how my friend, she sketched it, right? But of course we need to get the tattoo artist who's gonna give us her rendition. But
Mhm.
I've seen her work. It looks dope as hell. So I can't wait to see how it all pans out. Very minimalistic, but very concise, very well done. I might disclose it. Might actually show it when I actually get it done.
As long as it's not on your ass or anything, we're good to go. Where are you gonna put it?
No. Well, I was thinking because I already got two on my arms, right? Because I'm kind of an exhibitionist, right? So I like to have them on my arms because then I can show them, very easily, right? It's easy access. But I don't like to, I don't like it too much when I don't like the idea of getting my arm tatted up, right? My arm inked up. I mean, I don't judge people who do have that, but to me, it's not. I'm not about that because I feel like the uniqueness of each tattoo kind of gets lost on that. Even if it's not a sleeve, if you just see a bunch of drawings, it looks like a sketchbook, right?
Mhm.
So I was thinking of doing it somewhere else, and I'm thinking of doing it in the what do you call it? It's like the back of the shoulder.
Mhm.
I'm thinking of doing it here. So yeah, that's the
Good
most
deal.
exciting thing that happened to me today.
I
What
didn't
about
know.
you?
I didn't. Well, before we get to me, I didn't know you had tattoos on your arms. What do you got on your arms?
Well, okay. So I got a cute little flower from near Automata. Wait, let me get this right. From near
Oh,
Automata over here.
oh yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
yeah. It's a lunar tear. And well, over here, well, it's gonna be kind of harder to show. I might have to undress.
Yeah, yeah,
But
don't have, that's not necessary,
yeah,
but
I have, yeah, I have one that I'm actually really proud of. It's like a knight's armor, and it's hollow, and it's got flowers getting out of it, and it's really detailed. I'm actually dying to show it to you, but I'm trying to do it in a way that it's not inappropriate. It's no wait, let me just give you a bit of a detail, right?
oh, okay.
So here you got, I don't know how much you can see, but so
Oh yeah.
it's like a little armor, right? And if I could show you all of it, there's like a sword here, and there's like flowers coming out of the, where the head's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Uh, and I remember when I showed it, actually I got it from like, I think his name is Mika Ulrich. It's like a guy on Instagram who does like all these crazy, very gothic kind of designs. I remember I showed it to my to the tattoo artist, right? And she was like, "Okay, this is really cool, but it's gonna be expensive." And I was like, that was like 4 years ago, so I was even more broke than I am now. And so I was like, well, I have this much, right? I don't remember how much it was. And she was like, well, I mean, that's not gonna cut it. I mean, I can do it for you, but it's not gonna be as detailed. And I was like, you know what, whatever. But as she was doing it, right, she was like, you know what, I just feel bad ruining this, without adding all the little details. So I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna make the whole thing. I'm just gonna make it just as you want it, uh, for the prices, for the money you can afford. And I'll never thank her enough for that.
That's cool, man.
So
That's cool.
yeah,
So is this
it
a
was super.
different? Is this a different tattoo artist than the one that you just
Yeah, yeah. This is a
mentioned?
different one. It's actually from different city. These ones I got in Rijeka in Croatia. Well, this one I'm getting is in Trieste here in Italy. So
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
That's cool, man. Yeah,
yeah. I'm pretty.
I've had like ideas of like tattoo. Like I remember I was actually going to get one, like I want to say my senior year in high school because that was like the cool thing.
Yeah,
Everybody
right.
was getting tattoos, and
Like
I
like
always
specifically for senior year or.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah for senior year, and a lot of the guys were getting the ones that are like it was like it would be like at the wrist and come down to like the elbow, and that was
Uh-huh.
like a pretty big like tattoo that you saw all the time. And I actually have always liked the sleeve tattoos, like
Mhm.
either up like the half sleeve or like the full
Mhm.
arm. But I couldn't decide if I wanted the forearm or if I wanted the half sleeve up top. The only thing is, I'm just such a procrastinator. I don't know what I want. Like I think I do,
Mhm.
and then I could sit in the chair and be like, you know what, I don't want this shit, and I immediately change my mind. So like I don't think I'll ever get one. I really don't. I'm at a point. I don't think I ever will get it. I don't have any.
Well, if you're the kind of person who changes their mind like that, it's probably a good idea not to get one.
Yeah, because
Because I mean, you
they look cool, man. They look cool, but I
mm,
cannot settle on what I want. You know, so it's
yeah.
and
I mean,
it
you,
take
you can get it removed, but it's expensive and
yeah.
from what I heard, kind of painful. So.
Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, I don't want a
Mhm.
laser touching
Mhm.
my skin. But no, that's cool, man. I didn't know you had tattoos. See, you learn something new about your friends every day. Um, I've been good, man. I finally have had some time to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth a little bit more. I'm actually on chapter 5 or 6, so I'm not still not that far.
Well, I mean,
Mostly
small
I've been
steps.
yeah, I mean, like I'm like 30 hours in, man. I'm 30 hours into the game, and like I'm like only on chapter 5 or 6. So like I've
Nah.
put, I yeah, dude, I can show it to you. I'm telling you, it's like
But wait,
30
no.
hours.
I mean, I'd believe you, but I'm like, I'm at chapter 10, and I've been doing, all the side quests, all the side activities, and I'm like 43 hours in.
Hmm.
So no, maybe checks out. Maybe you're right.
Well, I mean,
Maybe by 10 hours you'll be where I'm at.
yeah, I mean, I mean, I've done mostly everything. The only things that I haven't like, I've tried to like. So I was playing that fucking Fort Condor game for,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
calendar.
good God, man. I mean, that last final boss, it took me goddamn like 50 times. I could
Mm.
not figure that shit out because, like, so to everybody who doesn't know, I've been in like heavy conversation with Jan because when I messaged Jan about, so all right, just to give context, I was having issue. I'm not a big fan of Fort Condor. I love Queen's
Mm.
Blood. Queen's Blood is the shit. It is the absolute tits. I will play that game all day. Fort Condor, not a bit of big fan. So I knew the core concept, but I could not get it. Like for some reason, just something wasn't clicking. So I messaged Jan and I'm like, hey man, listen, I know you're a lot farther than me. I know you've played this bullshit ass game. What's the best way to play this? And he's like, dude, it's just rock, paper, scissors, man. Yes, this beats this beats this beats this. I'm like, oh shit, that's so simple. Why did they just
Yeah.
say that? So after he said that, I won the next like 3 games of Fort Condor. I'm like, oh man, this shit's easy. No
And then
problem.
you get to the final one.
That final boss almost made me have a coronary. I'm telling you, like I almost lost it so bad. I mean, I have so many controllers for my PS5 because I'm just a fucking maniac. And I swear I had like at least 3 or 4 controllers die on me just from playing this stupid fucking game. Like it's not even like the
Yeah.
meat and potatoes of it's not okay, listen, it's not stupid. But I just playing this game was irritating me because and me and Jan had a little bit of a like maybe not an argument, but we had a difference of opinion where it's like I was so pissed that my time is so short here lately. Where I don't have a lot of time to play games, and I'm over here stuck playing Fort Condor when I want to go explore. But I let myself get into this fucking rabbit hole of playing this game, and it's like it's not a game I had to play. I could easily move on, but I knew I could beat it. I knew it was something that I could beat. And I almost ruined the game for myself. I almost ruined it where I didn't even play anymore.
Damn. Yeah, no. I remember that. I was getting. I mean, I was almost feeling sorry for you, man, because it sounds like you really weren't having a good time, right? You're like, man, I'm wasting my time with this shit. And I wasn't really arguing with you. I was kind of trying to make you see like
Yeah.
the silver lining in all this. I'm like, well, you're obviously getting better at it, right?
Yeah, I know. I know what you were doing. I know what you were doing. It just
Yeah.
wasn't working. It was pissing me off.
Yeah, I could tell. But you know what? Now you having so much trouble with it got me wondering, because the only reason why I didn't have much trouble, learning how to play it is because I played Intergrade. And in Intergrade, for Condor, well, it doesn't play a major role, but it's a pretty major mini game there, right?
Yeah.
I remember. So I wonder, maybe they just kind of expected you to already have played Intergrade, and
Yeah.
they didn't really explain how to play it properly here.
Well, yeah, it might have been that. I mean, like I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I kind of because I can't stand Yuffie. I can't stand her as a character, and so I just wanted to beat the shit so I could just say I beat it. That was it. And
But you
so
didn't.
but I didn't play through no, I didn't, and I didn't play through the Fort Condor stuff because like I hate her so much, like I just don't even care.
Yeah. I mean, I already told you this, but sooner or later, I at least watch the cutscenes about Intergrade, because they do introduce some of the stuff from what's the Dirge of Cerberus
Oh yeah,
into they introduce a lot of that, and there's a super hard secret boss in Intergrade, which you don't get to play as Yuffie, but as the main cast. I don't remember exactly how it goes because it was years ago. But when you finish Intergrade, you unlock a new secret boss in the main game, who is Vice. I mean, I don't know if you play Digital Service. I don't know if you know who that is.
I
But he
played it, but it
was.
was a long time ago, man. I don't remember the
Yeah,
characters.
no, yeah, dude, this guy, man. You think Fort Condor is hard? Oh man,
Yeah, but
this guy is just beast.
is it an actual
Yeah, it's an
battle or is
actual
it?
fight. Yeah, it's an actual battle. Probably the hardest boss in FF7 remake,
Oh, all right.
bar
Well,
none, bar none.
that's. I mean, what? How do you? Is it like a side activity or is it something you access through like
It's
the
yeah, you
like
access through
Chadley's bullshit?
through that shit. Yeah. And it's only
Uh,
available in hard mode.
okay,
So you already know it's it's gonna be a
right.
toughie. It's gonna be a doozy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's tough, but dude, I get honestly, and this might sound like super confident. I give myself more of a backing in the actual combat than I do Fort Condor because Fort
Oh yeah, that
Condor,
makes sense.
I'm not. I'm done. Like I'm not going to lie to you, Jan. I went through because I don't know if I'm gonna 100% the game or not. I know you'll probably at least try to. I don't know if I'm a
Mhm.
platinum or not because I do love this game, but I will say like I did look at the achievements just to see what all I had to do besides leveling up to level 70 and what was the other one? There was another difficult one I saw that I was like, yeah,
Getting hard
fuck
mode.
that. Oh yeah, that's it. It might be like playing the game on hard mode and then upgrading
Well,
at least one of your characters to 70 and then dealing 300,000 damage or
yeah, I mean
something.
that's probably gonna be whatever. I'm more worried about beating all of Chadley's combat simulations, because I've heard that those are kind of a bitch and a half in this game.
Really?
But yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, I looked up a guide, right, because I was curious, and these people are saying this might be like the hardest Final Fantasy Platinum out of all of them. So yeah.
Dude, why is that though? Because I'm looking at the achievements and it doesn't look like it's too bad.
Well, sometimes they can be deceiving.
I mean, there's a couple that are obviously like getting up to like because I've noticed, and I'm not trying to make this a Final Fantasy VII show, but like one of the things I noticed is that the leveling in this game it does take a little bit longer to because like I feel like I'm out in the open world doing side quests and just random battles all the time, and I think I'm right at a level 28 or 29,
Mhm.
and that's with almost 30 hours into the game. It seemed like it's just taking longer to to level up. It's weird. Like I know I've battled a shit ton. Like I feel like I have. I feel like I've been.
Well, but do you feel under leveled?
No, not really.
So I mean, that's all that matters. I'm guessing it's scaled right properly. So
What mode are you planning on? Dynamic? Or are you planning on like normal?
nah, I play on normal. Play on
Yeah, I'm
standard.
playing on. I'm
Yeah,
playing on normal
yeah,
too, or
yeah. I don't want
standard,
to
or whatever
torture
it is.
myself for my first playthrough.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is, dynamic. The way it was explained to me is that everything levels up with you, right? Is that what it was?
Oh, I don't know. I thought. I mean, I kind of skipped over those extremes because I remember. At least I was convinced that dynamic meant that friggin' what you call it when you open the menu right during combat when you want to choose like a special command,
Mm-hmm.
your A to B, time doesn't stop. I thought that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think it was about the scaling. I might be wrong though. Just that's kind of how I read it because I remember that part 1 had that.
I thought it just said. I thought it said in the description, like before you clicked on it, it said something like along the lines of that everything scales up with you, which I hate
Well,
that, by the way.
well, let's see. Yeah, that's Final Fantasy VIII core. And that was stupid as hell.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know if
hate
you ever
that.
played that game. It's the game you kind of get punished for leveling up in the game because everything levels up with you. So if you're too high of a level, you get to a certain boss, he has like a shit ton of HP. If you're too high of a level, it's the dumbest
Dude,
thing ever.
that's such a terrible gameplay mechanic. And
Yes,
why the hell
why?
would you do that in RPG? Why would you do
I
that?
don't know.
What's the point?
No.
What's the point of going out and doing side quests and battling if you're just gonna everything's gonna scale up with you?
Well, I mean, again, yeah, I guess they didn't want to do. They kind of didn't. They wanted to countermeasure. What do you call it? God, I'm a bit too fried to think of the concept, but it's like when you just grind to like an absurd level, to the point where you just plow through everything. I guess that's what they were trying to combat against, but it just backfires.
Yeah, but then that should give you the advantage you deserve, right? I mean, if you're taking the time to power level, then you
Hmm.
should get you should there's good and bad consequences to that. If I power level, the bad consequence to have an advantage in the game, but the good consequence is I'm so powerful that I can walk through the main quest line. I used to play every RPG like that. I used to just power level, power level, power level, and just try to beat the main quest easy, you know? And I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
no, I gotcha.
Yeah, and I don't know how, so some people that might not be fun, but if you take the time to do that, I think that's why freaking Dark Souls and Elden Ring and things like that are so popular. Is that alone, right? You just power level, and then I'm not sitting here saying you can sit here and just slap a boss, no problem, but you're gonna have much more of an advantage if you sit there and you take the time and level up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, those games, it's most about. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I'm not really paying attention because I'm reading about dynamic difficulty.
Oh
And
no.
you are right. You are correct. New to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the dynamic mode which draws from the whatever, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Namely, enemies' levels scale with your own. In the Rumour tools, your foes don't have actual levels, but dynamic essentially gives them expanding stat distribution to reflect the strength which you have acquired.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think okay. You know what? I think that you could make like a fun like a challenge run, like after you've kind of beaten the game, you want to challenge yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that, but there's already hard mode, so I don't know why would. Maybe
I'd
if you
rather
want to challenge yourself from the get go.
Yeah, I would rather just play on hard mode. I'd rather just do
Yeah.
that. At least then it's like, even though it might be hard, at least if I make the necessary precautions, I'll at least have a. I just like to have the chance that I can.
Well, yeah, that's what's fun with RPGs, right? Because it's half, well, with action RPGs at least, it's half performance but half preparation. It's what did Sun Tzu say? As long as you know yourself and you know the enemy, you don't have to fear 1,000 battles.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But yeah. So how far are you? I mean, are you any farther than last time we talked? So last time me and Jan talked, I think you said, you're on chapter 9, 10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I only got so between chapter 9 and 10, you get two really huge areas. It's not even a spoiler. I'm gonna tell you which ones they are. They are the Corel region and Gongaga.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Gongaga. Oh, and Cosmo Canyon. So there's actually 3 huge regions, one after the
Oh,
other.
oh
So
God.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So but you know what? You know what I'm going to tell you. Chapter 9 is when the story actually starts getting getting some momentum, getting some pace. Because honestly, the story of FF7 Rebirth kind of weak
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning, but I
Yeah.
don't blame them because I've actually been thinking about it because so in the original, right, what happens? Uh, Midgar, the whole Midgar section is kind of a little tutorial. It teaches you about it slowly teaches you about certain stuff about the game, and then you escape from Midgar, and then you get this huge open world, and the game just goes go. So I gave you the tools, you do your own thing,
Mm-hmm.
and so as I said a lot of times, it's very open ended. You can do things in different order. There's some things you don't have to do. You can do these things in different ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this time, as you commented last time, this more modern version kind of handholds you a little bit, just nudges you in the right direction. The problem is that, and I understand the writers must have struggled a lot with this, is how to make a story out of this, right? How to make this compelling. And the truth is you can, because essentially what you're doing is sightseeing. Yes, you are going after Sephiroth, but you are just sightseeing. You're just going from one place to another, hoping to find Sephiroth, but actually, getting essentially a Saturday morning cartoon
Mm-hmm.
plot, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're looking for Sephiroth. Oh, we're not on the beach. Well, might as well bust it up on the beach, right? Or I don't know what else was there. What else? I mean, there are some important things like Junon. There's a pretty important cutscene after the parade. I'm sure you've
Mm-hmm.
gotten there.
Yep. Yep.
So, by the way, what Yuffie did there was, dude, that was not in the original, by the way. Yuffie joins much earlier in this game.
Yeah.
Yuffie, actually, in the original was an optional
That's what I
party
heard.
member.
That's what. Yeah. That's
And
what I
it's,
heard. Yeah.
have you heard it was actually very cryptic? Like, it was very cryptic the way you would get her. Honestly, I could tell you from when I played, if I didn't have a guide, I would have never gotten her.
Hmm.
Like you have to like I don't remember correctly, but you gotta find her, right? She's hiding in a bush, and when you find her, you have to do like there's like a whole dialogue tree, right? And you have to choose very specific dialogue options. It's very it's very, I don't know how people figure it out, honestly, if not to like trial and error,
Mm-hmm.
brute forcing it, and to what, to get this freaking teenager on your party.
Dude,
But
she's so annoying, man. Listen, she's so annoying. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I know she's a sweet character. The whole
mm,
Wu Tai stuff is I understand it, but it's like she is a character is the most anime ass character throughout this whole thing. And I don't listen. I get it. It's Final Fantasy. I get it. It's gonna have a little bit of that. It's got a big part of that. But this is just, oh my gosh, she's so gosh damn annoying. Like I can't
yeah.
stand her character. She just like it was funny because so I'm a little bit farther in this now, but right as you're leaving the what's it called, the Seashore Inn, Johnny's Seashore
Yeah,
Inn,
Johnny's, yeah.
or whatever you called it, I can't remember. Anyway,
Seaside, I think.
yeah, see, yeah, something like that. But when you're leaving there and you're actually gonna go to the next open world section, you can have a dialogue that comes up and says
Uh-huh.
either bring Yuffie along or tell her no. I wanted to
Uh-huh.
tell her no so bad, but I didn't know what would happen because I didn't want to like lose her as a character because her combat is kind of fun. It is
It's
like
really
now that
fun.
I'm in the
Yeah, it
open
is.
world, dude, you can chain combos beautifully with her. Like you can sit there
Mm-hmm.
and she can throw her. I don't know what you call that thing, but she
The
throws it.
shuriken.
Yeah, she throws it. You can land attacks from a distance, and you come in with cloud and just start hitting the enemy with
Mm-hmm.
like stronger attacks. So she's pelting them from a distance, and then you're up close and personal, and it's a good combo. I like it. Matter of fact, she's even part of my main party that I run with right now. You know, with her and Red 13. I switch Red 13 out with Tifa every once in a while. I kind of switch them all out every now and then, just kind of switch it up. And her combat's fun. I just can't stand her as a character, man. I just so that happy-go-lucky anime. I guess And one thing I was thinking about it, I think Final Fantasy 16 kind of ruined me a little bit because one thing I will give that game is that the darker tone, I did like the darker tone. I did.
Hmm.
And so when you come to stuff like this, where this shit is just off the wall, goofy, it's like you said, like you got this very serious story that's revolving around this game. But all the while, you're on the beach playing around. You're going on dates. You're freaking dude. The side quests in this game, and I don't mean to make dude. I should have just our background should have been Final Fantasy VII. I don't even what the fuck. Why did
Yeah,
I put Titus from
I'm a good
from
Titus. I mean, yeah, it's
yeah, I got yeah, I mean it's Final Fantasy, but I see the reason why I put that as a sidebar, and we'll get back to what I'm saying. I put this as a scene. I don't know if you've seen this scene. It's one of the most cringiest
it goes,
scenes, probably.
ha 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 ha. Yeah,
The,
I know.
the
I know
reason
the
why I
one.
put that was because I was like, this is a representation of how my life is right now, with how everything is just going on, and that's me just going ha ha ha, like, and that's why I put it there. It really has no diction to what we're talking about or anything, but anyway, fuck it. So anyway, back to Final Fantasy VII. The side quests in this game are still shit to me. They're still crap. Like I don't like them. They're slow. I almost don't even want to do them. If I didn't want to complete the area, I wouldn't
Yeah.
do it. I think they suck.
Well, I'm not that negative about him, but I think they're actually kind of varied. I think I'll give him that at least. I mean, there's one where you have to dog sit the dog. Then there's one where you have to go on a date with Aerith. I'm not kidding. Like because these guys, these chicks, they gotta design a new swimsuit costume, and they do that by seeing you guys on a passionate date, and they're already on a passionate date. Is you collecting seashells on this beach full of monsters? So I kind of like that they embraced the ridiculous factor of it all. I'd rather have that them trying to make it look serious. Like in FF15, for example, uh, like the side quests there, they were very stupid, right? But they were taking themselves seriously. Like you have this prince, right? This prince and his bodyguards, and they're on this very important mission. But there's one guy whose car broke down. I mean, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna help him. So at least here, it's so stupid. It's so self-aware that I can accept it.
Yeah.
So, but I was gonna say this. It does the Horizon 2 thing, the Horizon thing, where if you want, you can ask more about the side quest, right? Like at some point you get a dialogue option, and you can either decide to go on, like yeah, sure, I'll do that for you, or ask more. And my question is, why would you ever do that? Because it's just mundane, boring ass
Dude.
things ever. Like these chicks go, "Hey, can you deliver this shit for me?" And then I ask, "Oh, what's the delivery about? Who am I delivering this to?" I'll figure that out. I don't give a shit.
Dude, I hate it, especially in like it's funny you mentioned Horizon because again, that's a game that I never really finished because I got bored. But in the dialogue options, yeah, dude, it's like why would you ever pick anything optional than just your objective? Because otherwise you just be standing there listening to boring and you don't want to miss anything because they might have something worthwhile, but 9 times out of 10 they don't.
And even if they do, they expose it in the most monotonous, the most boring way known to man. It's
Just people just standing around and
standing around, yeah, with this very exactly with these very automated motions, and the voice direction probably not good, not even that good. I'm not saying the voice actors aren't good. I'm just saying that probably the script is so boring. There's not much you can do with it, right? Like,
yeah.
so tell me more about the freaking I don't know fucking machines. They go like, well, the thing about the machines is that they're going bad, and so and I kind of felt that in Rebirth. You got dangerously close to that. The only difference that the characters here are actually interesting.
You know,
one thing it always. Yeah,
oh,
go ahead.
go. Sorry, continue.
I mean, I'm just gonna say that I feel like good characters can carry a better portion of the story.
Yeah,
So
I
I
agree
think
with you.
that's one of the strengths of this
Well,
game.
one other thing, somebody I can't stand, and are you a big So this has something to do with Final Fantasy, but are you a big like Christopher Nolan fan, like the director of like the Batman trilogy, Oppenheimer?
Not particular. I mean, I respect him. I don't but I'm not a huge fan.
Well, so the reason why I ask that because in a lot of his movies, if you ever do watch his movies, something that he does on a regular basis, and it fries my brain because I don't understand how people who edit these movies don't see it. There'll be
Uh-huh.
people like talking. It'll be just like
Uh-huh.
dialogue, and it'll have this loud ass music in the background playing, and I can't hear shit. So the whole time they're having like serious dialogue, and you're hearing this like epic, like it's always like this really epic ass music playing. Like it's like you would think it's like a car, like a race or like a heist is going on, but no, it's just two people in a room
Oh, is it
talking.
like that kind of shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
I say that because in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it's
Uh,
plucking my nerves how often it happens. Now, I am playing the game with subtitles, so I'm
uh-huh.
just like, if I can't hear it, I just read it. But dude, it's like there'll be characters just standing around talking and like get to shut the fuck up. I can't hear anything.
Well, okay, I haven't run into that problem. You can try to turn the music down.
Yeah.
But that's hilarious though. Yeah, I'm guessing that happens mostly during like the what do you call them, the non pre-rendered cutscenes, right? Look at the automated ones, with the shitty animations
Yeah,
when
yeah,
when
yeah.
they look like robots. Yeah. Oh man, we're kind of shitting on this game.
Well,
Having fun though.
yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, dude. I
Mhm,
mean, the
mhm,
times that I've been able to play, I've had a blast. But yeah, it's just like it's just small nuances like that. Like I
mhm,
just, and you're probably right. All that takes is go in the settings. You can probably cut that down a little bit. It's like fuck, man. If this is the default, like what the hell, man? I can't hear anything.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's a thing with the English audio, because I haven't had that problem. Could be
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it
Could be
could be.
worth
Oh,
looking into that.
speaking of English well, English stuff in
Uh-huh.
general, like you know who's the voice actor for Johnny in
No,
Final Fantasy VII? It's
no, who is
freaking
it?
it's our boy, it's our Yuri Lowenthal, man.
Oh, really? You waste
Yeah.
his talent on that
Yeah.
than Johnny? Well, I mean, sure, all right,
Dude, yeah, I never really
okay.
I didn't notice it. He played him in the remake as well, but it just kind of went over my head. But like there's moments where he's like because he doesn't change his voice. He sounds just like Spider-Man. So he's just
Does he?
yeah, and
Yeah,
it's like holy
I'm,
crap, it's like it's trying to distinct the two characters now is hard.
yeah. He does a lot of anime stuff and anime adjacent
Yeah.
stuff. Like yeah. I think he might have. I mean, don't quote me on this, but I think he kind of debuted like that. Kind of like an anime voice actor.
Yeah, he did.
Uh,
He was also a voice actor in you haven't played Final Fantasy 12, have you?
yeah, of course it did.
Okay, so you play that.
Mhm.
He plays Rex at the very beginning of the game. Vaughn's brother that you play as.
Alvin's brother? Again, like, I don't know, why waste it on him? He's only like what, on the screen for like 30 minutes?
Tops, yeah.
Yeah, at the very most.
Dude, what a great game that is. That is such a
I
great
really
game.
enjoyed it. I did like it has such an unconventional combat system, but I
Yeah.
was so drawn to it. It's very refreshing. Very
Reminded me of
refreshing.
it reminds me like the I know we're kind of getting off subject here, but it reminds me of
What
like
is the subject?
it kind of yeah, right. It kind of reminds me of like a Star Wars, the way the story, like you start out as like a
Oh
sand
yeah,
kid
it's
and
so Star Wars. Yeah, yeah. You
yeah.
have like the rebels. You have the princess at the top of the rebels. You have the mercenary with
Mhm,
like an alien as
dude.
a companion. There's a part very early in the game where you're like in a sand pit or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking Star Wars.
But
Like there's no way.
it's awesome though. It's great. Like I
Yeah,
don't care if it
great.
rips it off. I don't care if it rips Star Wars off. It's a
Yeah,
good
no.
game.
If anything, it kind of enhances it. It kind of elevates it.
Yeah, yeah. But I know I don't. We don't have to talk about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth too much. But I don't think we're shitting on it. I think we're being completely good
Yeah, no.
criticism. It's good criticism. It's not. Listen,
Good
all in
criticism.
all, we'll talk more about it. I don't know. I know me and Jan had planned that the next show we were going to talk about the end of the game. So I don't know if I'm going to be there. I mean, I might be close, but I don't know if I'm going to be there. So
At this point, I'm having my doubts as well
it's a
because I
big
haven't been
game,
able to
man.
play much, and I know I won this week. So
Yeah. It's a huge game, dude. I mean, I have the good thing about this weekend, I got 3 days off. I got to take the wife to an appointment.
Hmm.
She's coming along good. She's getting all
Awesome.
all nice and fat, and got my little baby in there. But I've taken her somewhere, and then we her birthday's on Saturday, so I'll probably do something for her
Oh,
birthday, and then
a
hopefully I'll bet.
Pisces. So
Yeah,
no, not
yeah.
a Pisces, is she? Oh, nice.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to play some, man. I'm hoping we can talk about it. But yeah, I'm starting to lose hope that I can get it done. Which I think I already lost hope like the first week it was out, and I realized how big the game was. Because I guess I don't know what it is, man. I guess I just didn't realize how big this game was going to be, which is kind of stupid because the physical version comes out, it had 2 discs with it, so it's like,
Yeah, 160 gigs.
yeah, that's a big ass game. Big ass
Mm.
game. So because we only got like another 25 minutes, I got a topic for you I wanted to ask you about because I brought it up, but it's been more of in passing. And I think when I
Shoot me.
brought it, I think when I brought it up to you, you didn't even know about it. So Spider-Man: The Great Web got leaked this week. It's a
Oh
multiplayer
yeah.
Spider-Man game from Insomniac. It's all voice. Yuri Lowenthal did a bunch of voice acting for it. They even showed gameplay. There's been a bunch of leaks from Insomniac, and we'll go through some of that too. But I want to hear your thoughts on this multiplayer Spider-Man, dude. Now it's no more. They're not even going to do it anymore. So I mean, what are your thoughts on
Apparently, yeah. I mean, I honestly didn't give it too much thought. I was just like, I kind of accepted it. I read it on the news, and it was like, all right, I guess that's the thing. I think I haven't even looked at the footage. I've only seen like a few screenshots.
it?
Honestly, dude, I couldn't see that happening. I couldn't see like actually working and being like something that was so fun that people would keep coming back to it. Um, and yeah, that's what I really got to say. What did you think about it?
I'm just more disappointed. It seems like to me, PlayStation can't get a proper multiplayer
Well,
going. It seems
multiplayer,
like
yeah,
they cannot do that. And look,
and they've been trying, not for
yeah,
lack of trying.
yeah, they've tried, but I've been completely honest, man. I'm not a big multiplayer guy, so does it really affect me that much? Not really. But at the same time, all it takes is that one good multiplayer to get me into it, whether I'm playing with you or I'm playing with whoever else. Which I'm not a big collaborative player besides just playing UFC every once in a while anyway. But like to get a Spider-Man multiplayer game, that's different, man. I think I would have definitely gave that some time and see how that worked out. Like especially like let's say me and you were playing and I was beating up dudes on this side and you're beating up guys on that side. I think it'd be kind of fun. Like
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that I wouldn't like give it a try for sure. I wouldn't give it a shot, but I can't see how knowing how the game is like, right? How the main like single player game is like, I don't see that translating well into multiplayer, right?
mhm.
How do you do that? Because it's very melee focused, and multiplayer games, you have to account for more players potentially fighting the same enemy.
Yeah,
So you can't really have this system of very complex animations, where you gotta, dodge and kind of respond to react to certain animation situations. I don't see how that would. I feel
right.
like it would be like a still little game where you kind of swing around with your friends.
Yeah.
Well, fucking, I don't know what Fortnite is updating,
My,
right?
my only my only my only fear, well, the fear, it's not happening now, but I
Mm.
feel like the gameplay. One thing that worried me, like when Spider-Man 2 first came, well, before we talked about it, before the game came out, excuse me, when we had talked about it previously before the game dropped, I said that I was worried that Miles and Peter were going to feel a bit too similar because when you're doing
Mm.
Spider-Man, it's hard to change that. It just is. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like Miles learned from Peter, so you can expect Miles's combat to be pretty close to Peter, right?
Yeah.
Now, I think they did enough to keep it different, with Miles's more Venom powers, and then you had Peter with his just
Venom
brute
powers.
strength, and then have his own Venom powers. So they did change it up a little bit, but it still felt kind of similar though. And I think when you're doing a multiplayer game, even if you're going to have Spider Gwen in there and all the other variants, like I still don't see the gameplay changing up that often. That's the only thing I would say is like I feel like it would get kind of boring. But
Yeah,
I
probably.
think it would also too be kind of fun. Like let's say if like you're doing a mission and you have one Spider-Man down on the ground beating up these guys, and then the other Spider-Man has to go get something before the timer runs out. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Well, I think no, I agree. I think like it could be fun. I'm just saying it would be fun for a very short
Just
time.
keeping people. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, like it's cool. All right, yeah, we're all Spider-Man, right, doing this thing. But after 2 missions, it's like, okay, whatever. What
Yeah.
else is there to play, right?
Right. Well, it's kind of like Suicide Squad,
Mhm.
right? Like that's the
I haven't
epitome
touched
of
that.
Suicide Squad. I
Yeah.
so I did buy it. I did get it.
Damn, dude.
I did get it
Aw.
because I saw someone do some cool ass gameplay on Twitter, and I was like, damn, that does look pretty good. I played it for an hour because I obviously like my timing here lately hasn't been great.
Mhm.
Could I do it for like 40 or 50 hours? Probably not. But the gameplay is actually not bad. I actually like the
Yeah.
gameplay. I actually like the gameplay a lot, and I like the traversal too.
So what's the problem? Is it just the kind of loot and shoot Destiny like
So I think the problem
game?
is that I think the problem is that I just don't think the missions have a lot. Like you say, I just don't think they have a lot of variety.
Mhm.
I think you have like and that's the thing. The gameplay's fun. Like I'm playing it. I thought Deadshot would be the most fun to play with because he has a jetpack, the sniper
Mhm.
rifle. I was like, okay, let me give it a Deadshot, and it's fun. Like I could see myself having fun with it. Like I could see myself having fun with a buddy, but like this game wasn't meant to be a 15 to 20 hour experience. This game was meant to be a 100 to 200 hour experience. And it's like, it seems like to me, they just half assed the hell out of what you can do in this game. Like they just half assed it. And I
Mhm.
think they had a good foundation. I think they had it. They really did. Like even killing off the Justice League, killing off the Arkham Batman, right? The Batman we've been following for years. Yeah, do I agree with that decision? No, but it's ballsy as hell. And if they could have made good missions and make the build better, I wouldn't have had no issue with it. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
I
I feel
would.
like I'm not really into into DC, but I always like the stories where they kind of when they when they flip the script, right? So
Yeah,
it's kind of the bad guys kind of doing
yeah,
the hero work, right? And from what I've seen the trailers when they would drop, right? Because it was a popular game, so you really couldn't miss the trailers. And I thought like the dialogue was pretty good, right? The
yeah.
banter between the characters,
It's really good.
you
It's
know,
really good.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Even some of the jokes I like. There was like this part when they're like fighting the Flash, right? And one of the guys tries to snipe the Flash, and he dodges it. He goes right next to him, and he's like, "Did you get him?"
yes, yeah, yeah,
No, that
yeah,
was good.
yeah. And you know what's
Uh,
cool is the guy that voices the Flash is the same guy who does the what's his name? You know, in God of War Ragnarok, what's his name? What's the god that was a dick that Kratos? He
Oh
said
yeah, 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 yeah,
Kratos had
yeah.
to fight him, and he's like, "You can't hit me," and he's like moving really fast, and then Kratos was able to use the spear to actually
God,
land
yeah,
a hit.
yeah.
I can't remember what his
Hermes,
name is. Yeah, I can't remember what his name
not
is.
Greek. Yeah, God, I can't remember
Yeah, I don't
either.
remember. It's like I used to be pretty good at that, but I can't do it. But anyway, he does the voice of the Flash, and it's a
Oh man.
perfect, and it's perfect because the Flash is evil as shit. So it's like when you hear his voice, you're like, oh man, this is a great performance. I think the performances are off the charts. I think everybody is voiced really well, and I think the motion cap is really well, really thought out and really well done. Dude,
Hmm.
Metropolis looks beautiful. I
Yeah.
think Metropolis looks amazing. Seeing Brainiac in the distance up in the clouds, like his ship, I mean, not Brainiac himself. It's awesome. Like I just thought I get why people want to talk shit about it, and it makes sense. Like it should not be a live service game at all. Like, and I'm in full agreement on that. But I think, dude, the roots of this game, I see it. I see what this could have been. And after I beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and I put some really good time into it, because I don't know if I'm gonna go for the platinum or not, because I just don't know if I have that many years on my life. But it's something I definitely wouldn't mind picking up and giving it a good try. You know,
Hmm. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But when are you gonna play Alone in the Dark?
I don't
Because
know when does that drop.
that's the day after tomorrow.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, it does. I completely forgot. Like today, I got the I got an email. like saying, "Oh, your pre-order, has been shipped," right? I'm like, "What are you on about?" And it's like Alone in the Dark, dude. I
Dude,
forgot. I forgot the game even existed.
I
Because it's been
know.
delayed like 5 times. It was supposed to come out like last year, like in September or October. It was supposed to come out in October, right?
You know what, man?
Uh,
You know what, man? I'm gonna
but
be real honest with you right now.
you're not gonna play it?
I think it's gonna be trash.
No, no, you gotta believe, dude. Please hold on
I'm
to hope.
I'm gonna play. If you would just finally buy a fucking game digitally, I could maybe try it out.
What? Look who's talking. I mean, what do you?
Hey, I
Dude,
bought
no, no, no.
Suicide Squad digitally. You can download that
Oh,
anytime.
I did buy something digitally. I did buy something. I bought the Tomb Raider remastered
Oh, did
collection,
you?
the classics. Yeah, no, cause
I don't know.
because I
I
like those games.
I heard those games
Yeah,
aged really really bad. I just don't know if I can go back to them,
yeah,
man.
yeah. I know you're kind of hard on that, but you're probably right. You're probably right. It takes a lot of getting used to. But I that's what I love about them. They're very it kind of takes you back to a time where 3D platformers, kind of uh, actually had some depth into them, right? Characters with them. I mean, I'm not gonna say games were better back then, but it was different. I think we lost something because today it's games. I think games have got. I'm talking about like platforming, right? Has gotten so intuitive and so easy. Characters, kind of almost do their own thing, right? You just move them into the general direction and
Yeah, it's just
jump in the general
animation.
direction.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
animation focus. Yep.
Well, animation focused, and back then you actually had to think about it. Like
Yeah.
there's no button press, no step that didn't have to be thought out,
Yeah.
and it's kind of thrilling. I kind of like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think that's a staple of like. I mean,
mhm.
you haven't really played many of the older Assassin's Creed, have you? Like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, or
Oh,
3?
oh, sure I did. I played them as they were coming out.
Oh, okay. Well, see, okay, so
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about then. The parkour in those
Hmm.
games was almost unmatched at a certain point because
Hmm.
you couldn't just hold the left analog stick and run up the wall and get up a building. Yeah, you could do it, but it's going to make it so much slower. Instead, you could do like a what do you call like a you could press yourself off of a wall to climb up another wall, back up for that one, go up. You could do different
The
variations in how
wall,
you
yeah,
climbed instead of just hold like nowadays it's just hold down the right trigger and run towards a building
yeah, the
and it
free.
you don't even got to worry about like holding on to a ledge or anything. Now they just climb right up. Back in the day, man, it used to be able to like it took skill to get good at that kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
that's the Prince of Persia DNA it
yeah,
had.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, I mean, even farther back, yeah, Prince of Persia, of
hmm
course, yeah. It just that kind of it took a bit more skill. So I like stuff like that. I do. I wish Assassin's Creed would go back to. They kind of did that with Mirage a little bit, which by the way, I recommend. I definitely recommend
Oh
Mirage,
yeah.
even though the story is but the gameplay,
I don't really expect a good one from
people
Assassin's Creed.
right, exactly, right.
Mhm.
Like I mean, but like Mirage, even though like the hand-to-hand combat isn't the greatest, it's not supposed to be. It's a stealth game, and when you look at it like that, dude, it's a lot of fun. I've done kills in that game that I'm so proud of, and it kind of gives you that old school like Ezio Auditore, Altair kind of feel to it, and yeah, I recommend it. I got that digitally, so you can try that one
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. So
out.
generous.
But yeah, no, so anyway, go back to the whole multiplayer thing. Yeah,
Hmm.
I am a little disappointed in the sense I wish Sony could get like I think that's why Helldivers 2 is so huge is
Hmm.
because it's finally a Sony sort of like Sony PC kind of thing. It's their only like real multiplayer game they have. Even though I hear that game is getting a bunch of like patches right now that are making the guns weaker and everything. Like apparently it's like making the game not as fun. That's just what I
I,
heard. I don't know that for sure.
I haven't heard that. No, I've been. The only thing I've heard about that game is that they really weren't expecting it to be as successful as it was. So like the servers were like flooded,
Yeah,
and then, like on day one, and then they kind of fixed that now. That was very hilarious.
I know.
But
I bought that
mhm,
game too, and I played it for 2 hours. And I had a guy at work that wanted to play with me. I think we played for like 30 minutes, and then I was like, "All right, I'm bored." I just multiplayer just doesn't do it for me, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's just something. I think we said this like a shit ton of times. Our viewers are probably tired of hearing us say this, but it's just not as engaging, right? It's something you play with to kind of shut your brain off, and
Yeah.
and there are not too many times when I want to do it. I guess. I mean, or if I do, I'd rather just watch like a dumb sitcom
Yeah,
at that point,
exactly.
right? And
Yeah, I'd rather just watch TV. Like I don't know how like a lot of the guys that I work around and I've worked with throughout the years, like I told you, they're huge multiplayer. They play these games like we play games, but only they play multiplayer games religiously as opposed
there's
to
a
us.
lot of people like that.
And it's just
A
nuts,
lot of
man. It's
people.
nuts. Like I just don't
Hmm
get it. But see, that's the thing. Then I hear the argument was like, "Oh, well, it's just hanging out with friends. That's what makes it so fun." I'm like, dude, I don't want to entertain someone for that for that long. I just want to play my own game. I just want, like leave me alone. I just want
Well,
to be to myself and play a game.
well, I mean, I get what they mean, right? It's kind of the new. y- Instead of hanging out, you kind of because I guess you can like you're on voice chat, so you can kind of talk about shoot the shit and that kind of stuff as you're playing.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't do it for me. Like, I guess we're just different. I mean, if I'm hanging out with a friend, I'd rather do it for coffee, right, or catch up like that instead of doing it while I'm shooting up I don't know like a bullet spongy alien or whatever. It's not.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's
I'm same way, man. It's I don't know, like I said, that's why I like if anything else, the whole Spider-Man, the Great Web failing, and then the Last of Us factions 2 failing. It
no,
just
I'm actually so upset about that still. It still hurts because the factions in part one, or rather The Last of Us one, was actually I played a lot of that. I mean, sure, I was like 13 to 16, but I was actually really excited to see kind of an evolution of that. And they were taking so much time making it. I was like, man, this is gonna be huge. And then Bungie's involved. I thought, oh man, this is gonna be it. I'm actually gonna turn into a multiplayer gamer. It's actually gonna happen, right? This game is gonna convert me. But alas, it was not to
no,
be.
no, it wasn't, man. It's a shame, but at the end of the day, man, I think I'm if this means they're going to focus on AAA,
Part three.
emotional gameplay, enriching just products, I'll take it, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, part
Oh yeah.
3, I'll take that. I don't know. It's tough, dude.
It's too early to talk about part three. I think it's too
Yeah.
early.
Yeah, no, yeah, we'll wait on that for that conversation. We'll have Emma on here in a couple weeks, and she'll give her thoughts on part 2, and then we can kind of get into that as well. So,
I don't know if you remember, but we had kind of a little. It was like a kind of a little bet, right? Because is it gonna more lean into my side of the argument or your side?
oh, I
Remember
get she'll
that?
honestly, she'll probably lean more to your side. I think because my thing is like I have grown to appreciate it more
Mhm.
as I've been able to sit on it, and then I've beaten the game twice, and I'm on my third playthrough now, and I've kind of
Mhm.
back and forth. Like my sister, she's been coming over almost every weekend because like I think I told you we were watching this Walking Dead show together, and she enjoys watching me play it, and she's like,
Mhm.
"Hey, can I watch you play The Last of Us Part 2 again?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." So I'm like working my way through Seattle right now, and I just got to the TV station and killed everybody there, and I just found out about Nora, so that's who I'm going to look for now, and it's been really fun playing it with her. Like she's just had a blast playing through because dude, the combat. We've talked about this. I'm not going to go on this whole thing. The combat's so much fun. Like it's so
Mhm.
much fun. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. However, I
Grounded.
have the grounded plus, but I have the resources on normal. I do have the resources on normal.
Okay.
So I'm
All right.
not playing it like with almost, but I do have it where my health is like I can only take like two hits
Mhm.
max, maybe one. I don't know. It just depends on where they're at. If it's like a shotgun to the face, I'm dead immediately, obviously. And then if someone's got a rifle on me and I take a hit, most of my health is gone. So I got everything on hard, like on Survivor, except for resources because I don't like playing the game with 2 bullets. That's annoying. I don't have fun doing that. And also, it's unrealistic. if I have an enemy, we've had this conversation. I
We
feel like
did.
I'm treading the same
No,
water.
but I was gonna say that I think that's a great way to, in my experience as well, it's a great game to it's a great way to re-experience some games, right? I remember I had a girlfriend, right, who was really into watching me play Uncharted. So I kind of replayed all the Uncharted games like that, kind of rediscovered them
Mhm.
from more, I don't know, mature-ish
Yeah,
perspective, I guess.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I did the
but
same thing. My grandpa, he's
yeah.
not, obviously, grandparents, most of them are not into like video games. But when I was living with my grandparents for a little while, um, I was playing Uncharted, and he watched me play the first one all the way through, and the second one, and then
Mhm.
I moved out right when we started the third one, and never got to finish it.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, I agree with you, and yeah, going back to part two has been fun, because just again the world, man. I love a dark apocalyptic setting. You know this. The gameplay is tight. The story is, it's okay. Still don't love the story, but all in all, man, I got a deeper appreciation for it. But I do think, just to wrap that up, I do think Emma's probably going to go more on your side of things, and that's fine. I think that's completely fair.
Yeah.
I just think
I
the
mean, I'm not
first
here to
one,
win, right? We're not here to win. We're here to discuss, right? We're
yeah.
here to have like a civilized discussion.
I still think the first one's goaded. So I'm gonna go. I'm
Well,
say that.
I mean, the first one is unmatched, right? It's almost unfair to compare it to that standard.
Yeah, that's true.
But
But gameplay, I gotta give it the part two, man.
yeah.
Gameplay is just,
Mm,
it's too
I
tight. But
agree.
anyway, we're nearing the end of the show. I know we didn't want to stay too long. Really, I just want to say thank you guys for being patient with us. And Jan, I think I've told Jan privately, but I appreciate you stepping up. I know this is not the usual day that we do this thing, and I know it's hard to find time nowadays. So I really appreciate giving the
Oh, dude.
time to the Deadhead podcast, man. It means a lot.
No, dude. Don't even mention it. I love doing this stuff.
Yeah, no, I do too, and that's why
Mhm.
I don't want to lose it, man. It's just it's. I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, if anybody who's watching, we all go through things, and my life is good. I've told my wife this. I've told my sister this. My life is good. I'm very very blessed position I'm in. But man, it's just a lot, dude. It's just a lot between a job and getting ready for the baby, paying bills. Then you're trying to trying to you know work on your health, trying to be healthy and do what you need to do. It's just hard to balance all that. And I by the time I get home and by the time I do what I need to do for the day, I am exhausted. I'm absolutely beat. And it's like, I just feel like what I've been dealing with here lately is just, I feel like my time is like slipping me by almost. Like I just don't have the adequate time to do anything that I want to do as far as like just me time, just whether it be playing the game, or I used to love writing. Whether it be writing or reading a good book. I haven't read any of my One Piece that I was really into. I was reading One Piece like every day. Stopped doing that because I've just been so wound up and tense and just doing a lot of stuff and just go, go, go. So it's like, I know I got to be like the most boring person ever when I am off, because I don't go anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to stay at home. That's it. And it gets, I know it's got to be boring. But man, it's just one of those things. It's just, but everything is good. And I hope that, and I think me and Jan are in agreement, man. Hopefully we can keep things going. I don't want to stop doing this. I still want to try to find the time to do it. And I apologize for the lack of videos. I haven't been posting many videos as really as I want to. Promotion for the channel and future episodes has been bad. I've just not been great at this, and it sucks. It really sucks. I feel like I've been failing everything here lately. So I'm
Well,
sorry.
I mean, I think you're just, and I think this, I speak for everyone here. I mean, you're kind of on the verge of a kind of of the beginning of a very different era or stage of your life, right? So, I mean, honestly, I'm younger than you, and I'm yet to even consider getting where you're at, right? Where you're getting. So, but I think that you're handling it pretty well. I mean, you have a lot of things going on, and yeah, sometimes when when you're already kind of stacked already, when you're when your everyday life is already stacked as it is, adding even just a little thing on top of it makes it all feel like it's gonna crumble.
Mhm.
So I think you're handling it pretty well. So don't
Yeah.
sweat it, dude.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, I don't ever want to lose sight of the show, what we got going on, man. Have a good time doing this, and this is a good break from reality because sometimes I need it. So, but yeah, we'll talk more about it. We'll talk more about what we want to do for our next show and things like that. I know me and Jan got a lot to talk about as far as what we're going to try to do as far as this next episode because I don't know what the hell we're going to do. But I don't know. We'll see. Jan, do you got anything else you want to say to the people before we wrap it on up today?
Yeah. Good night. And beat.
Yeah, okay. Well, on that note, thank you guys for watching another episode of Deadhead Podcast, episode 44. We'll let you know as soon as we can what the next episode is going to be. I know we have Emma on in three or 4 weeks now. We'll make sure that everything's good with that. Have a good Last of Us conversation. We've been looking to talk about the Last of Us, so it's a perfect excuse. So, got a lot of things to look forward to. Hope you guys will stick around. Be sure to follow us everywhere, like this stream. And with that being said, we'll see you in the next one. Stay dead, my friends.